Bibliomancy, the magic of using books as a divination tool. So guys, before we get into bibliomancy, we need to discuss what divination is and how does one use divination as a tool. So the art of divination is basically using an inanimate object to connect to energies that are in the ethers. And I'm gonna try to break it down some more. So Webster says, and we can whatever about Webster, but he says that divination is the art or practice that seeks to foresee or foretell future events or discover hidden knowledge, usually by the interpretation of omens or by the aid of supernatural powers. And so, I believe that this is a traditional cultural way to define divination. However, it tells the story of divination from a 3D perspective. Okay, so I believe, and again, with any of these talks, guys, take what resonates and leave the rest, okay? But from a spiritual perspective, or really now, science has finally freaking caught up with spirituality. So from a quantum perspective, divination is basically syncing up to the vibrations of all of our life experiences. Or you can, if you guys have heard of the Akashic records, right? Or some people call it the quantum field, the 0 point field. I've talked about it in some of my other talks. So basically, by using a material tool, and this could be cards, water, fruit pits, tea leaves, coins, books, etc. And basically in order to align with the energies that are out in the ethers, in the field, right? That when observed, right, reveal the current states of frequencies one is in, and it can reveal future energetic possibilities within the field. Because guys, there's always an infinite number of possibilities within the field. And so our energies connect to it in a symbolic way. So think of all matter as energetic vibrations. And so all matter, including inanimate objects like cards or what we'll be using later, books, right? They hold energy. And it's this infinite energy of the 0 point state or the Akashic, right? So inanimate objects have a form of energetic consciousness, guys. Like, I mean, dude, I totally have relationships with rocks. I mean, and the squirrels. Actually, the squirrels aren't inanimate, but you get it. Like, we're all consciousness here, right? And so so inanimate objects have a form of energetic consciousness. So as they're in the field emitting from the object which one can connect to, right? So that's why you can basically think of a type of car and then begin seeing it everywhere, right? So from the quantum perspective, it's called entanglement, right? So the main thing when you begin, your divination practice is to protect your energy before connecting your vibrational frequencies to anything. Because, guys, we live in a dualistic world, and I mean, we all know it ain't all love and light out there, right? So there's some funky energies that you don't want to connect to, right? So just by setting your intention, you can, create a energetic force field, honestly, around you to protect yourself as you tap into these energies. And so you set your intentions. Everything, I believe, like the way the energy flows, it's based on the intentions that you put behind it, right? So set your intentions for the energies that will align to your highest life timeline. That's basically what I do. Like, show me what I need to see to be the best version of me. That is, I say that when I'm reading tarot for myself. And, okay, let me see, where was I? Only energies, yeah. Okay, so then when a card is picked, or the book is opened, or tea leaves are stirred, or coins are flipped, it's picked up by the energetic fields colliding. It's so beautiful in a symbiotic way. And then we can begin a personal interpretation of the messages, or I really think that the messages are like solidified frequencies in symbolic form. I know this might be a lot, but it's fun too. So basically, divination has a pretty bad name, and I think that people may have a problem with it. One, because, they talk about it in the Bible, but also it's this idea of being able to tell the future. And so my counter to that is, one, quantum physics shows us that there is no past or future, right? Everything is happening now in this moment, right, as energetic frequencies, and it's based on our vibration, right? What frequencies we connect with, and then that is what shows us our material reality, right? And so no one or no thing can override your free will. So as long as you're looking at the field and connecting to these energies, it doesn't mean that it's going to happen, right? Like future events. It's a possibility, because within the field, the 0 point field, the Akashic, that is where all of the possibilities lay. So the cards connect with possibilities that, again, you can override if you want. And a lot of times that happens. Like if you go to a tarot reader and they say something, then your mind, you don't have to accept it. And if you don't accept it, then, then you're not going to collide to it in the field. So, and really, you don't need, and as far as divination in general, you don't need a tool except for your divine self, because we are all energetic conduits of energy, guys. It's so powerful. Like, we're energy, and we can use our bodies as that conduit. But I believe that we're here experiencing life, this material plane. So why not, use our material realm and use the tools that are provided? And it's, it's fun. I say, have fun with it, right? And flow with what finds you. And that's another thing, is like, if it, again, if it's not resonating, like, put it down. For me, hold on, let me get to it. Yeah. So have fun with it and flow. So not everyone feels called to using tarot or I Ching or tea leaves or scrying or any of it. So just, don't push yourself. And for me, I believe that, the tools come to you when you're ready to use them. And so for me, tarot found me when I was in middle school, and I've been using cards since then, really, to connect to these energies. I didn't really have a understanding of it like I do now, but it's worked for me for over 40 years. And let's see, oh yeah, and so basically, like any kind of card, it all holds energy, right? I remember a couple talks ago, someone was like, it's just cardboard. And I wanted to be like, really? It's just cardboard? First off, cardboard comes from trees, and we know the magic and the beauty and the power in our trees, right? So honestly, we just need to take that just out of our vocabulary, because nothing is just. Everything in this world is so beautifully orchestrated in a divine pattern. Nothing is just. There's no coincidences. It's things coinciding, right? An energetic harmony. So anyways, okay, now to get to bibliomancy. So Bibliomancy did not come through for me until just a few years ago. So this is a new divination tool that I've been using. I'm an English major, I'm a writer, and I've been a lover of books since before I could actually read. So it's kind of interesting to me that Bibliomancy didn't come to me sooner, but that's cool. So Bibliomancy, the magic art of using books as a divination tool, it came through about 4 years for me, and I've been using this tool since to help calm my energy in times of uncertainty. I use it to connect to divine energy, to connect with my spirit guide, my ancestors, and like I said, just to help guide me when I'm feeling any type of disharmony in my life surrounding a situation. And so as far as telling the future, just like I said before, I believe it's more like based on the current frequency that you're in, these probabilities are possible due to the energetic momentum. But again, we have the power. And so will I get a job soon? Well, someone just said that they just got a job. So I believe that that might have been a sign for you that yes, you will, if you want to. So anyways, back to Bibliomancy. So I began using this ancient art intuitively after my grandmother died. And I was given my Granddaddy's Bible. And I discussed this in my last talk, but I'll recap. So basically every time that I picked up my Granddaddy's Bible, and I don't have his Bible with me right now, basically I set my intention on a topic and then open the book to the first passage, and then wherever your eyes land on, that's basically what you read, and that's your message. So every time that I would do this, it was like almost spooky how it was exactly what I needed to read in that moment. And so I really just started on this beautiful journey of researching and learning about Bibliomancy. So let me see. So the term Bibliomancy came from the Greek word biblion and mantia, divination by the means of, and it's actually first recorded in 1753. And so Bibliomancy has been used for a long, long time throughout history. Bibliomancy has been practiced across all cultures as a way, again, like I said, to seek divine guidance. And it also remains a recognized form of literary and spiritual guidance. And the cool thing that you can do, especially if you're someone that likes to write, is that when you get to your passage, you can use it as a writing prompt, right? And begin, from wherever your eyes fall on. So anyways, let's go on. Okay, so let's just talk a little bit about some of the uses. Again, you connect with the words that you're meant to see. Because guys, we all know that words, right? We spell words because words are spells, right? They hold an energetic frequency. And actually, I wanted to, and I know that I've mentioned this before, but words, I believe, are one of the building blocks of material form. I believe that material form, when it comes through, it goes through numbers, color, sound, right? But the words are the last level, I think. Anyways, so the idea of being able to connect to the magic of words is just, for me anyways, a really beautiful, beautiful way to connect, to use a tool in this material world to connect to God, Great Spirit, whatever. So I did also want to say that the term bibliomancy, there's also some like kind of subsects in it. Stichomancy, which refers to the divination by lines of verse. So you can use a book of poetry. And then there's rhapsodomancy, and that's the poetry. And then the stichomancy is divination by any lines in a verse. So, yeah, so anyways, that's pretty much what I want to say about bibliomancy. I did want to end the discussion with actually doing a bibliomancy reading. And I usually do an angel reading at the end, but I thought, while I was talking about this wonderful, ancient, magical art form, why not do it? So, when I was doing my research on bibliomancy, it basically said to pick a book that you feel connected to, okay? And then you want to focus, okay? So you want to formulate a specific question that you have in your head. For this reading, because this is a collective reading, I am going to say, as I connect with the energies, God, Great Spirit, thank you for allowing me to use this tool today to connect to you in just beautiful, amazing ways. Show us what we need to see to be the best versions of we. Thank you, God. Thank you, God. Okay. Wow. So this is beautiful. Oh, and the book that I decided to use is Louise Hay, You Can Heal Your Life. And I love Louise Hay. You guys check her out. I really think that she comes through in spirit form to me a lot. And so I believe that this book is a divine book. And so what I landed on, my eyes first saw forgiveness. And so I'm going to read this passage to you guys, and this is our bibliomancy message for the collective today. Forgiveness. Next step, forgiveness. Forgiveness of ourselves and of others releases us from the past. The Course of Miracles says over and over that forgiveness is the answer to almost everything. I know that if we feel stuck, it usually means that there is some more forgiving to be done. Oh God, guys, this is so perfect for me right now, because honestly, like, I've been working on releasing, the energy of resentment towards people, or, all of this. And so it is, forgiveness, because basically, like, if you're holding anger towards someone, all you're doing is holding that anger in you, right? So you're the one that's focused on that energy, and the other person doesn't even know what, so it's, I love this. Forgiveness of ourselves and of others is the answer to almost everything. So when we do not flow freely with life in the present moment, it usually means we are holding on to a past moment. It can be regret, sadness, hurt, fear, or guilt, blame, anger, resentment, and sometimes even the desire for revenge. So each one of these states, because energy, guys, like our vibe, it's a energetic state that we're in, which connects us to the frequencies that we're going to see in this reality, right? So each one of these states comes from a space of unforgiveness, a refusal to let go and come into the present moment. Because like I said earlier, guys, all we have, and not all we have because it's so expansive and so beautiful, is right now, right this moment, right now, right? And so we gotta let it go. We gotta come back into the present moment. Love is always the answer. Love. I mean, that's it. Love. Love is the answer to healing of any sort. And the pathway to love is forgiveness. Forgiveness dissolves resentment. And so that was our bibliomancy message for today.